Put a finger down if you've ever lost your hairline and gained it back in 6 months. Put a finger down if you've ever been in a transitional phase of getting your hairline back and needed hairstyles to do. Put a finger down if you've ever had problems with growing your hair back, and put a finger down if you've ever had an overactive scalp. Me. From baldy to baddie, I went from, and let me tell you how I did it. Yeah, how far back are we gonna go? Right, I'm just gonna do the bullet points. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments. I was meant to get 50 comments, I didn't, but I have a free guide that's out that can help anyone that has lost their hairline and wants to find an inexpensive way of getting their hairline back. If you've ever lost your hairline or have currently lost your hairline, want to get it back as a woman, as a black woman, as someone in the hair and makeup industry, as someone who is in the limelight, this is an inexpensive way to get your hairline back. Look at my hairline. Look at my hairline. Listen, 2 years ago it wasn't like this. My hairline started here 2 years ago, and I've got the pictures and the receipts to prove it. Okay, let's go. I used to dye my hair. I used to dye it with Cream of Nature, the copper color, the red copper color. It used to work out for me. I did it in my early 20s. I'm now 30. I was doing it when I was about 22, 23, and I used to get it done right. Just grow the hair out, grow it back, so on and so forth, no problems. When I was entering into my phase of being independent, no longer working PAYE, I had a lot of transitions. I had a lot of friends that I had to let go of, and some of those friends weren't happy at the fact that I was no longer focusing on them, we were no longer gossiping, so on and so forth. I had a particular friend who I thought we were close, and I'd known her for 8 years. One of my first friends when I got to London, and I was persuaded, I should have done my own research, but I was persuaded to take advice from this person, which led me losing my hairline. How did I lose my hairline? She convinced me, she's not to blame for this, I'm to blame, I take accountability. She convinced me to use 40 developer on my hair. Now, if anybody knows, 40 developer is for wigs, weaves, bundles, all of that. I used it on my actual hair. Let me tell you the process. I was trying to get it blonde to put a colour on there to turn it black. Now, bearing in mind, I know I'd used the method before, but I thought, oh, this might be a better method. Never did my own research, took my friend's word for it. And got the developer, got the 40 developer. It didn't really turn blonde the first time, so I tried again and again and again and again and again. My head was burning each and every time, even though I parted it, put the petroleum in between just to make sure that it, you know, it helps my scalp, but I didn't do it often enough. I just kept doing it, and this all happened in one day. And that night I had a rave to go to. I can't remember what rave it was, but my hair was red, and I'll show you. I had outgrown that friendship, but I was trying to hold on because I've always heard these stories about entrepreneurs having to lose everything, including their friendships. I didn't think that was going to be me. That friendship actually ended because she blocked me, because she saw one of my stories and I was away having a good time and she blocked me. But that's neither here nor there. I wish her all the best despite all of that. So my hair looked good for that night. I think I did it in a similar style to this. I was meant to have a long ponytail but didn't buy enough bundles, so I ended up wrapping it up. The colour faded quite a bit and very quickly. And also, now that I know my hair porosity, and curl pattern, I know that I would have needed to do a series of treatments in order to keep the strength of my hair. I have high porosity hair, which is thinner strands. So that basically means that my hair would have needed a lot of protection in order to keep the hair, Hair looks good, you know, a week or two, the colour's starting to fade as I'm washing it, I'm washing it. I wash my hair at that point twice a week, and I try to do the same, if not once a week, twice a week. I try to wash my hair just to keep it clean and fresh in order for it to grow. Kept washing my hair and kept pulling it up to do different styles. As I'm pulling it up to do different styles, come like one morning I woke up and my hairline wasn't there. Yeah, I must have got my hair done before I went away. Got my hair done in 4 locks, and I'm realizing, hold on a second, like I'm asking my family, like, does it look like I've trimmed my hair? Does it look like my hair's like, they said it looks like you shaved it off and you just growing it back? Because like my hair was like, and I'm having to slick it up like vigorously, and I'm like, have I lost my hair? True say, like me as a hair braider or as an ex-hair braider, I used to always tell my clients, okay, you've got a missing patch in your head, so on and so forth, because I generally care or generally cared. So I would tell them, but the hair braider that I had wasn't telling me that, you know, your hairline looks a bit, you know, what happened, da. So, and she's clearly caught like, so I had like here was gone, and I had a bald patch here, like a full on bald patch, which you can see in the videos that I'm going to show you. So then I'm realizing, no, my hair's actually gone. Like I don't have a hairline. Like my hairline's not like this now, or like the picture that I've had back in the days. Like my hairline's actually pushed back. My hairline's gone. So then I've taken out the 4 locks and I'm like, nah, my hairline's gone for real. I've got no hairline. My hairline was gone. My hairline was gone. So after my hairline's gone now, I've tried to save it. So you can see in this clip, I'm showing my friend like, yeah, maybe I can do like a just side parting or something. And by this time I'd washed my hair so much that it had gone like a ginger colour. From the first colour to the second colour, it's gone like kind of ginger now. And I'm realising all here has come off, to the point where now it's just regrowth and my natural curl pattern's coming out. Then I've seen on this part regrowth, my natural curl pattern's coming out. Then I've seen here I've got one strand here, what like antennas, and then I've got like a bob patch. I'm like, yo, my hairline's gone. And because I was being very frugal at the time, I didn't want to pay for Plant Made, even though I should have paid for Plant Made. But what I did do was I researched what helps your hair grow back, and this is how I got my hairline back. Yeah. By this time, I knew about tension and I knew about, you know, products that I shouldn't be using. Went to Elevate. If anyone knows Elevate, they're the best hair salon in London. Argue with yourselves. They told me, wow, and this is how I knew that I should have never used 40 Developer. They was like, wow, she told you to use 40 Developer. She don't like you. And that's how I knew. There were other things that led to this occasion of me dyeing my hair with this, but I don't really want to talk about it. If God prompts me to talk about it, then I'll speak about it. But if I don't need to speak about friendship and knowing discernment and knowing when someone's jealous of you or whatever, then I won't speak about it. But they was telling me, oh, this person clearly don't like you if they've made you do this. Anyway, this is what I used to do, yeah. So point number 1, I went to the salon. They trimmed off all the dead ends, yeah. And I just had this, like, I had like the hair here was like here, and then they tried to use Keracare, the edge control from Keracare, to brush my hair up. But what I was using was Gorilla Snot, which works great. But this is the thing about Gorilla Snot. You have to grease your hair first, moisturize your hair first, and then use the Gorilla Snot. Comment below if you want me to give you a full tutorial, yeah, and I'll show you what to do and the different gels that are good for high porosity hair, low porosity hair, so on and so forth. I'll give you the whole list, because remember, I'm a black hair specialist. So I've gone to get the treatment. She's had to just slick it up. I had some Gorilla Snot in my bag. She's just slicked it up. She sent me out the door, and I realized from then, yo, I need to do something. So these are the 2 things that I used to get my hairline back, and what I did. Number 1, I didn't do any hairstyles, yeah, that would pull my hairline back further, knowing that at this point, I've just got regrowth. I've got tiny bits of regrowth, and I've shaved my hair off before, so I know what regrowth looks like, right? So I had a little bit of regrowth. This is what I did. There's 2 products that I use. Number 1, I've got a carrier oil. That can be anything like what I'm putting on the screen now. I got a carrier oil. The second thing that I got was 3 products. I use these religiously. Lavender oil, essential oil. Essential oil is a little oil. Any big oil is not the real thing unless you get it from a herbalist company. Lavender oil, tea tree oil, rosemary oil. Ask my clients, yeah? I tell them about this all the time. These 3 with the carrier is the best thing to use. I promise you that. Trust me, guys, I've got you, yeah? That's the best thing to use. The second thing that I used, yeah, was rose water, tea tree, and rosemary again, I think. And I used to use that on my hair to spray and massage it into the hair, which helps it grow back. The third thing, which is not an ointment, it's a tool, yeah? The third thing that I used was a derma roller, yeah? But all these things all together, I'd say cost me about 20 to 30 pounds. You could probably get it for cheaper. Don't go online, go to your local store, America, England, Africa, wherever, Jamaica, wherever. Or alternatively, order it online, but it's cheaper probably to get it in the store. So you see the derma roller, I used a specific measurement because they come in 0.5 milliliters, so millimeters, so on and so forth. I went onto the plant-based website, and listen, Amma, the earrings are called Amma. I want her to get a piece, and she's getting a piece. I know she's a millionaire, but still, if you can buy from plant-made, just buy from plant-made. It's cheap. Expensive way, I'm telling you now. I used to, and this is with the derma roller, you have to roll on the hair. You have to roll in different directions to penetrate the scalp. And it's like little pinches. I'm a sucker for pain, but on this occasion, it just worked out for me. I just used to roll my hair like that, then spray, yeah, let that dry, and then apply the oil. I did that twice a week, sometimes even more than that. And you see where I had the patch? I used to do it on there proper. I even tried to do it a little bit more on my hairline because I kind of feel like maybe my hairline was a bit forward when I was younger. Obviously, you can see the pictures here. Maybe my hairline was a bit forward when I was younger, but I just tried to just really sort it out and just really get my hairline back. I started to see growth after maybe like a month or 2. Then I wanted to get taping to see what I could do, you know, maybe get a side part. And as you can,
begging it, innit? I want to have hair coming from here because this side is fine. This can run. This side needs covering the most. So I think there needs to be a lot going on here. Like there needs to be one here. There needs to be one here. There needs to be one here.
And seeing the videos. And all in all, what I ended up doing was going on Amazon, buying 1 wig. I remember it was my friend's birthday and I bought that wig and I wore that wig. I tried to cut it, it worked out for the night, but I knew I couldn't do it long term. Then I got another wig, a curly wig, but here's the thing. If your hairline is already strained, you do not want to pull on the areas that are already straining. Is divert traffic. That is the aim. If you have a bald patch here, you need to do everything to cover that, treat it, let it go so that you can then style it again. Anything else you do, this is what I used to do. I used to do the method of like, you know, you get the wig cap, you make sure that it's glued down with the got to be glue and whatnot, and then I used to put my wig on top. And I used to do that for like a month, 2 months, just have the wig, take it off, treat the hair. I kept doing that religiously because one thing about me, I want my hairline. I want my hairline. There's so many things that women go through: stress, anemia, traction alopecia, so many things that, and I don't have the answer to everything. But for what I had, this helped. The second thing, and maybe this has to go in 2 parts. The second thing is overactive scalp. I realized that I had thick, hard layers of skin because of the reaction of dyeing the hair and through chemicals from the faux locks. Now, if anybody knows, there's now anti-itch hair. I used to use that on some of my clients because their hair used to react badly to the added chemicals that are in expression. Yeah, that's why you have Ruka hair making natural strands and things like that, and loads of companies in Africa making hair from banana leaves and things like that. Hair that's a lot better for us as a whole. But I realized I had an overactive scalp. Now the remedy that I just gave you with these oils helped with the overactive scalp. Lavender is a natural calmer. I remember in high school I couldn't sleep properly. I remember hold tight Carmanor, because Carmanor High School in Leeds, probably the best. I remember not being able to sleep, and they had a lavender garden towards it was like at the back of the school. I don't know if the school's changed now, but at the back of the school towards the 2 pitches, yeah, they had 2 sports pitches, yeah, and at the back of the school, next to the car park, they had this little garden of lavender. I used to pick it, I used to put it under my pillow, and I used to sleep, because in high school I couldn't sleep properly. I went through a lot, but in high school I couldn't sleep properly. That saved me. Sleeping tablets, I don't know all of that. Probably the most is an espresso. But what I used to do is I used to put, lavender is a good calmer. Lavender, chamomile oil, very good for calming down the skin. Very, very good, calming down anything. It's a relaxer, it's a reliever. Rosemary, I believe, promotes the growth. And tea tree opens the pores to allow these 2 oils to seep in. Do you understand? The carrier is so that your scalp doesn't burn. The carrier is to dilute these potent oils. So remember, I'm going to say it again, yeah? To hydrate the scalp, you get rose water. Add to the rose water, you add lavender, you add tea tree, you add rosemary. And then to oil the scalp, replace the rosemary with castor oil, olive oil, coconut oil, something, and do the same thing. It has to be, maybe what I did was I did half of it was the carrier oil, and then the other half, divide that into 3, maybe 10 drops of each, put it in a bottle, shake it up, that's you. Then to make sure that the rest of your hair is okay after that, you have to use treatments that are good for your hair. There's a buzzword that everyone keeps using, and it's 4C. 4C means nothing if you do not know your hair porosity. Now look at this. Without the hair porosity, you are misguiding people and giving them misguided information. You need to know these 2 components to have a healthy hair journey. I ain't asking you. I've seen too many people have products that they cannot use. Why can they not use them? They paid £50 for products that do not match their hair. They've used water-based products instead of moisture-based products. Hair that has thicker strands, naturally, more so than not, requires water-based products. Hair that is thinner, like mine, which, you know, comes with diet, comes with genes, comes with so many things, that requires more moisture-based products. So please understand this before you go to the shops and you buy things that you're not meant to buy. And also, some people's hair is allergic to oil. I have a friend, her hair is allergic to oil. She puts oil in her hair. Next thing you know, her scalp is reacting badly. Know what works for you. Do small doses and work your way up. But this is what worked for me. Now look. Now look at this. I'm a bit proud about here, but look at this. Now my hairline's back. Listen, ladies, your hairline needs to be starting, yeah, in front of your ear. And my hairline is back now. So that's basically what happened. I lost my hairline. Oh, and then what I would do afterwards, yeah, is when my hair started growing back little by little, I would manipulate it. Now, here's the thing. When my hairline was strong, I would do a band method and do passion twists. Yeah, I would do passion twists. But this is what I would do. If you have a bald patch here, yeah, let's say this is your bald patch, yeah, you should not be doing hair that takes away from this bald patch, because the bald patch is only going to get bigger. Do you understand? You are making the hole bigger by stretching it with tension. Rubber band or not, braids, locks, whatever. Yeah? What you need to be doing is diverting the traffic. So you need to close this hole, fill that with one elastic band and work around it. I've done this for so many of my clients' hair, worked around it and grown the hair back. This is how I lost and gained my hairline. I lost my hairline through bad advice and dyeing the hair with 40 developer. From dyeing my hair with 40 developer, I did not treat my hair. From not treating my hair, I got a style that was high manipulation and lost my hairline. After I lost my hairline, I had to chop off the hair. Yeah, chop off the hair and accept the fact that my hairline's now backwards. After I accepted that my hairline was then backwards, I then had to treat my hair vigorously twice a week, maybe it's 3 times a week, and cover the area in order to grow the hair back to a certain length. After I grew the hair back to a certain length, I did medium manipulation in order to fully gain my hairline back. So that's how I went from baldy to baddie. I've got a free guide. Click the link in my bio. I've got the top products to use. I've got methods that I use. I've got things to avoid for free. $0 PDF. Go in there, and I've also got a little bit of a free journal so that you can journal your progress, take pictures, have a look. But it will not come back unless you want it to come back. Do you get it? This is for everyone that works in the industry at any level, or anyone who cares about their hairline and has a hairline. This guide is for you, so check it out. I was so stressed, I was so hurt, I was so upset, and actually when that friend blocked me, I was upset about that. Now I wouldn't bat an eyelid, because I've had to purify myself. I've had to learn how to deal with people that can't handle the fact that you're moving in the direction that they're not moving in. But I want to have a friend in Jesus, number one. And number two, I just had to learn. I need to know when is a good time to exit a situation, when is a good time to keep up with a situation, and just be more discerning in general. There were things that happened in the friendship that I thought were kind of weird. This is someone that I knew when I first moved to London, and there's so many signs that I saw within those 8 years that I didn't act upon. Sign number 1 was the fact that it was easy for her to pre someone and gossip rather than deal with her unhappiness. That's number 1. Because there was a guy that we used to work with. She would always show me his latest profile picture, his latest Instagram picture. And I kind of used to laugh it off just to try and make her feel comfortable and not make her feel weird. But all the same, he'd lost weight. She maybe wasn't happy with the way that she looked, even though I felt like she looked fine. And so she found her way to always send me this guy's profile picture, always laugh at it. That was point number 1 of jealousy and unhappiness. Number 2, the reasons of the children, I cannot mention any names, but what I will say is she had 4 beautiful children. She had a partner, but still found the time to pre and to watch someone else. I guess it's a form of escapism, and that's what happened in this situation. Even though a lot of people would want to be in her position, I don't think that she wanted to be there. I'm going to be very honest, because even though she could say she was a kid, the actions and the things that we used to talk about, the things that she used to tell me, if I was to tell what she told me, everything's mashed up over there. For everybody. 8 years worth of archives for everybody. Because there was a level of unhappiness that I just didn't see. We both spoke about things, but there was a level of happiness that I didn't see. And believing and pushing for yourself and this, that, and the third. The third sign that I knew that my former friend was unhappy was the fact that it would get to times where I'd get to a house, and this all happened in the same year. and I'd either drop something off or something after I got my hair done. And it's like she didn't want me to leave. It's like I'm talking, but I'm like, I'm heading to the door because I've got somewhere to be. And as I'm heading to the door, you're standing in front of me with your newest born, and I'm like, yeah. It's like I'm not saying to her that I want to go, but I'm heading to the door and you're asking me more questions. It's like, do you not know that I have to go? There was a sense that she didn't want me to go. She didn't want to have to go back to the life that she had or was having. The fourth sign was the fact that at that time, I was really focusing on Duchess Avenue. If anybody knows, I was developing Duchess Avenue, like proper trying to develop this brand, right? And as I'm developing the brand, it means that I can't always go out. I can't always meet up. I can't always do it. So I used to cancel a lot. But I felt, because we've been friends for 8 years, you'd understand. There's times that you cancelled on me. So I thought that, it's fine. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. It got to a point where I think I came to a games night with another set of friends that I have, and I remember, brace yourself guys, I remember that there was a page, an Instagram page that started watching my story, and the page was from her man. Now I know what everyone's thinking. Ooh, no, knowing these people for 8 years, I know that her partner, let's just call the account Stragadeed. For anyone who knows, will know who that is. But the name's not Stragadeed, but it rhymes with Stragadeed, okay? It's a private account. It might not be active anymore, but it was called Stragadeed, so if you know, you know. It rhymes with that. But one thing that I know of the last 8 years is he cares about his food, because he was a really good cook, his food, his family, and his money. That's it. That's it. But there was a couple of times, and I wish I still had my old phone, there was a couple of times that I saw that this person was watching my story, and I don't think it was him. I think it was her watching me through his profile. That's how I knew this is starting to get weird now. And I feel too uncomfortable to have to open my mouth and honestly tell you, or say to you, oh, do you know this person watched my... That's weird, because I know it isn't him, I know it's you. And the last thing was, one of my friends, more like play cousins from childhood, she had a birthday party and she went to Sketch, the restaurant in Mayfair. Beautiful restaurant. It was good. It was really, really nice. We always, you know how girls are, we always show each other's outfits, what we're wearing for the night. Oh, I'm wearing this, with this. I've been doing that with her for years. It's like romanticizing the fit. That's how I knew I was destined to be in the fashion game, because I love to romanticize a fit. We know what we're gonna wear. As I got there, having a good time with my friends, affirming my friends, we're all affirming each other, we're laughing, we're joking, we're having fun. I get a message on my WhatsApp. The message on my WhatsApp is her, I kid you not, finding pictures of me from 2 years ago when I was going through hell and I shaved off my hair, finding pictures of me, sending them to me whilst I'm sat at the dinner table, and putting underneath, ha ha ha, I can't. That means, because this is my thing, even now as I'm recording, I'm trying, like just then, I've had to try and delete some stuff to get some stuff back right. The only folders I have on my phone, I'll show you, is just of like my work. But that means those pictures from 2 years ago, you've saved them in a folder to show me, just in case I try, just in case you feel like I'm too big for my boots. Just in case I start to feel myself and start to think that I am somebody, which I am, which we all are. I'm sat at a dinner table and you're showing me pictures of the old me that you once complimented, by the way. Ha ha ha. I was just like, oh wow, memories. And the final straw was when she blocked me. So I think the moral of that part of the story is, you cannot help your friend that is unhappy. Okay? When I first started creating content, I had someone comment on one of my posts I know that's someone that I know. And the day that I find out, I'm sorry, but you've got to go, because Judas was at every meeting. That's what I heard. So, but one, you can't make your friend happy. If they're unhappy, they're just unhappy. No matter how much people would want to gain what they've got in this world, they are not happy. Second thing is know the signs and remove yourself before you lose your hairline. Remember I told you. I've been the sacrificial ones that you don't have to be. Remove yourself before you lose your hairline. Number 3, someone that can tell you about other members of their team to you and say to you, I know I can tell you because I know you won't tell anyone. Take that as a red flag. Number 4, there was one person in her team, I think she's like a police officer now, or like she has like a, like she works for a school, but before she worked for the school, she had to work in the police force. All these comments about her, no baby, she's just successful. Yeah, and that's okay. That should push you to do more, but she's just successful. She's not a bitch. She's just successful and she says it how it is. But there's no need to hate on this person. But there was one friend that got married and their cousin that was living their authentic life, and you always have something to say about this person. They're just living a life that you're scared to live. So I would say, I could have had a lot more discernment so that I didn't lose my hairline. And for her, just be brave. Just be brave, that's all. Just be brave. No matter how much you try to bring someone down, you will still be at the level that you're at. Just be brave so that you focus on yourself and not others. How to maximize your hair growth is to know the behavior of your hair and know the problematic points in order to help your hair improve. Yeah? So there's 5 elements to hair. There's your curl pattern, there's your hair porosity, there's products, there's styles, and there's problem areas. All these things work hand in hand in order for you to have a healthy hair journey. Some people's hair can take more tension, other people's hair takes less tension. How often do you want to get a trim? Some people say twice a year, some people say every 6 weeks, some people say every 3 to 4 months. I normally get mine maybe every 6 months, but you need to know what works for you. It's all trial and error, guys. Then also, if you have anxiety on dealing with black hair as a white hairstylist, or have anxiety on how to handle black hair, it's best that you know all these 5 elements so that you know how to move forward. There's times that I've been in on set where there's a white hairstylist, an Asian hairstylist, and they're freaking out because they don't know how to handle black hair. Whereas if you touch and feel these things, you will know what to do. You will know which products to go with. Each hair type and hair porosity has a set regime. There's companies that help with this. I'll list them here, but these are things that you need to know in order to maximize your hair journey, or to know how to deal with black hair so that you don't feel defeated, and so that obviously you don't end up on Black Twitter, because who wants that? Claim your femininity. Love on yourself. If you don't like anyone touching you, which I kind of don't sometimes, touch yourself, touch your scalp, like massage your scalp, affirm yourself. My edges are gonna grow back, my edges are beautiful. Affirm it. Do you understand? It needs all the love and care that it can possibly get because it's been neglected for whatever reason. And my last piece of advice is don't have fear. Don't have fear. Fear multiplies into more fear. Do you understand? In terms of this, you can already see the fact that your hairline's gone or whatever. More fear will attract more fear. Stop being fearful. It's happened now. You can see it in the mirror. You can see it. We all can see it. It's happened. I could see it in my scalp. It's happened now. What you need to do from now is you need to be able to move forward, have no fear, and be consistent. It's going to... You don't see? You don't see? Baby hairs and all. Because I was consistent, I had no fear. It's happened now. I've learnt my lesson and it's happened. So those are my top 5 tips to get your hairline back and go from baldy to baddie. Research as well. Go to the doctors. If you've got like more of an issue, maybe go to the doctors and see what they can do for you. It might be something more clinical than what I had, but I used the natural remedies and grew my hairline back in 6 months or less. So don't take my words for it. Go to the doctors and see what you can do. Follow for more tips on how to go from baldy to baddie. The top products I would say to use are a wide tooth comb. You need a wide tooth comb. No matter the density of the hair, you need a wide tooth comb, because the finer the comb, the more likely the breakage. You need a spray bottle, a mist bottle, that you can constantly refill with not just water, but remedies. You need a derma roller. If your client, or if you have, you know, a bald patch here or there, you want to grow the hair back, so on and so forth, you need that too. I would say the next thing that you need is, I'm trying to think of it now. What else do you need? I would say another thing that you need is a massager. You need a massager to massage the hair follicles. You need that massager to be able to promote good hair growth. And lastly, I would say you need patience. You need patience in order to know how to handle your hair, and be experimental. Stop saying that you can't. I see that with a lot of new black influencers, or influencers that are just out there, you know, trying to know how to handle their hair. They don't want to relax it. They don't want to straighten it. Be patient. You don't know what you don't know until you know. Thankfully for me, I'm fast enough to experiment with my hair. I've had my hair brown. I've had my hair blonde. I've shaved the back. I've shaved the whole thing. I've had faux locks. I've had braids. I've had tapings. Tapings are my favorite. I've had quick weave. I've had my whole head dyed. I've had my whole head shaved off. I've experimented so that you don't have to. But these are the top products that you require. The best thing for you to do if you want your hair to grow, I would say, number 1, leave it alone. Just water the plant. Oil your hair if it needs oil. Treat your hair if it treats it, and just leave it alone. Afro, straight hair, wavy hair, it doesn't matter. Just leave it alone. That's the number 1 option, I would say. Second is low manipulation and twist outs. Do a twist out, you know, keep your hair in overnight or a couple of days, and low manipulation and treatments. That's the second. The third is, even if you have it in a style that takes high manipulation, i.e. knotless braids, i.e. faux locks, wash your hair whilst it's in the style. This guy, Tariq, washes his hair a lot with the styling, so that by the time you take it out, that dirt ring that everyone knows about is easy to comb through, which means that you have a higher level of retention in your hair. You should never, ever, ever detangle your hair whilst it's dry, or else you will lose hair. You will break off your hair, and you do not want that. No matter what style you have, no matter your race, it doesn't matter. That's one thing. Moisture is required to detangle. I'm going to say it again. Moisture is required to detangle. Know what oils drain your hair and what oils boost your hair. Know the difference between the two. Okay. Yeah, so if you are a if you work on set, you want to take travel size so that you know that you can have more products just in case of anything. When you're on set, any film, any TV program, any TV show, you have to have everything with you. Yeah? Okay, cool. Now, if you want to know how to get into TV and film, a free guide, comment below. Follow for more. I'm going to tell you how I got onto Wicked. I'm going to tell you how I got onto Clueless, and I'm going to tell you how I got onto Slow Horses. I'll tell you how I got onto all three. Follow for more. So then, hair that is lower porosity, which means got thicker strands, that requires more water-based products. These are normally more like lighter products. I'll list some here. There's one that I used to use in particular, but I think they've had a little bit of a controversy online, so I'm not too sure if they are still good to recommend. But anybody that knows that product, this product that I'm going to list now, use that product. It's a really, really good product, or products like it, in order to help. Hair that is 4C and low porosity is going to take a longer time to detangle than high porosity. Low porosity is serious and 4C is very serious, so you need that time to detangle, do it properly. That's the first story about 4C hair. How I was able to grow the hair back is making sure I moisturize it and I do all the treatments beforehand. Secondly, I had a client, his hair went from this to down here, and how he had 4B hair. It might have been 4C, but he had 4B to 4C hair, and it was low porosity. And his hair grew by consistency of doing styles. He'd do a style, braids. Usually we do like straight backs. I did bigger ones first. I did 8 on his head first, 4 on each side, and then I would go into 16. But as I would do with these braids, and then he'd take it out, leave his hair for 3 weeks. That's another thing. Rest period is very important. Tell your clients to have a rest period. Someone who's coming back to get the hair done, who isn't washing the hair, isn't treating the hair, I don't know how you expect to have a healthy hair journey. You have to leave your hair to rest after manipulation. So his hair went from here to here. That's my second story. Third story is, oh yeah, and also it's kind of like a part 1, part 2. In his story, his texture changed as the time went on. His hair was a lot more coarse when it was shorter. That's just how the hair protects itself. After that, as the hair got longer, it became a little bit thinner. I will never forget when he came in with a bob, and I thought, wow, the hair's a lot thinner now. So just know that even if you have one hair texture and one curl pattern at one point, it may look different over time depending on how short or how long your hair is. Remember that.